Welcome back. You're watching Newsx and I'm Vaishali Kohli. Now, Kolkata Knight Riders kept their IPL 2026 playoff hopes alive with a commanding 29-run victory over Gujarat Titans in a high-scoring thriller at Eden Gardens on Saturday. Batting first, KKR posted a massive 247 for 2 in 20 overs. Finland set the tone with a blistering 93 off 35 balls, while Raghuvanshi remained unbeaten on a career-best 82. And Cameron Green smashed an unbeaten 52. The duo added a crucial unbeaten 108-run partnership chasing 248. Gujarat Titans put up a strong fight but fell short at 218 for 4. Skipper Shubman Gill top scored with a fluent 85 and Sai Sudarshan played a fighting 53 not out of 28 balls. However, Sunil Narine's economical spell of 2 for 29 and disciplined death bowling from KKR sealed the win. To decode this and take the conversation forward, I'm joined by cricket scholar Sunil Yash Kalra. Sunil, the floor is all yours.
Well, thank you very much, Roshali. This has been an absolute weekend bonanza for our fans out there. Let me just take you through what exactly KKR were up to. But we were predicting in some sense or the other that the former international player from West Indies will have his run, will have his day. And yesterday was it. Well, joining me are two of the eminent guests. One is a former sports editor of Gulf News. We also have David Brooks, a man who's been on the broadcasting side of the cricket in UK and still continues to watch the game of cricket throughout. David, welcome to the show, and also Satish. Satish, let me bring you in here for a quick understanding of the match that happened yesterday of KKR, which they were pretty confident and they did perform well. Your views?
Yeah. Hi, Sunil. Hi, David. Hello, viewers. Thank you, Sunil, for having me on the show. The first and foremost, we all expected KKR to come back strong because they were under pressure, and we were not sure whether they will buckle under pressure or whether they would come out strong and show their true nature. But I think KKR showed that they still are ready for the fight, and they are not willing to concede their playoff chances. So they did put up the best foot forward, and obviously, the openers did well yesterday. I think Finn Allen played a very important and crucial knock, and Raghuvanshi, who did well in the previous game, continued from where he left off. The good part or the sad part is Raghuvanshi, the young Raghuvanshi, coming in when there are loads of wicket keepers who are doing well, and he has joined the party to be another wicket keeper batsman who could stake his claim for Team India. But over and above, I think we were GT. I think were a little complacent. I think that's where they dropped a few catches. They didn't bowl well, and because they already had their 1 foot inside the playoffs. So it was not a desperate situation for GT, but KKR were in a desperate situation to make sure that they don't lose any games, and they are still having their run. And that's where I think the GT were caught napping. Other than that, I think it's kudos to KKR. They knew the conditions well. They played according to the merit, and they did everything that could prove that this IPL is still far from over, and every team is staking their claims, and there is almost 7 teams knocking on the door, and that's how it is. That's the way IPL always been, and that's the way it is even this season, Sunil.
Well, absolutely. David Brooks, when you saw the match, we were looking at some close contest coming up through. KKR knows how to come back, especially in their den. Were you pleased with their exploits that happened yesterday?
Well, yes, Sunil. Hello, welcome. Good to see you, and good to see Satish and all the viewers. You know, when Phil Allen played that innings and he was dropped three times, you have to question whether it was the pressure of the occasion or what. I mean, there were perhaps 4 chances, 3 what I would call sitters, 3 easy chances that were put down in the field. And it's hard to come back from that, isn't it? Catches win matches. Phil Allen with his 10 sixes. Yeah, I have been impressed with KKR's emerging player Raghuvanshi for the second time in a row. He's put together a decent score. Cameron Green played his part as well. But to me, the key was only 2 wickets. For Gujarat Titans to only claim the 2 wickets with all the bowlers they had available. I don't know what Satish thought about the wicket. There wasn't much in it for the bowlers, was there? And but you still felt that with the bowling attack that Titans had, they would do better than that. But the support from the fielders wasn't there. And once they got behind the rate, it was difficult to see how Titans were going to make up that, especially with that economical spell from Narine, who you can always rely on to take the pace off and to put his mystery spin into the equation. So as we were saying, we were discussing this game yesterday. We talked about the role of the party pooper, the role of the teams at the bottom half of the table in punching the progress of the top teams, and that's a bit of a pattern going on here, isn't there? And Satish, you were talking about the pressure on the teams at the top as opposed to the lack of less pressure on the bottom half of the teams, and that's what we're seeing in this tournament. Makes it very interesting.
Well, David, Kolkata Knight Riders defeated Gujarat Titans by 29 runs. High-scoring game, 2026 encounter at the Eden Gardens. Narine stole the show with a match-winning spell of 2 for 29. Yes, very rarely you come in 4 overs, you skip 29 runs. On this landmark as 200 IPL appearance, the veteran spinner delivered a brilliant performance, breaking the momentum in the middle overs and taking crucial wickets. Gill, and especially Shubman Gill's wicket, the economical, incisive bowling proved the difference between the KKR and the Titans. In your opinion, do you think Sunil Narine is like the old wine? It's aging well. Your views, David?
Well, I remember once asking one of the West Indies selectors why they didn't pick Sunil Narine for any other form of cricket other than T20. And I was told that he doesn't get up before midday. He's got his routine. He is very much a T20 specialist. He hasn't really played any international cricket because when he doesn't like the close attention on his action, which I think is fine, but others don't. So he's ploughed the franchise circuit. He brings out his best performances when KKR really need them. And the mystery hasn't gone away, has there? You're never quite sure with Narine what he's going to bowl you next. He's got ice cool temperament. And now they're no longer pursuing him as an opening batsman. I'm glad that they dropped that particular experiment. He can focus on what he's really good at. And it was classic Narine. When you've got a target, it was going up to 12 and over at one stage, and you're facing Narine. Where are you going to get those runs from? He pins you to the crease. You never know quite what to expect. You can't come down the track to him. He's got lots of different tricks up his sleeve, and with the temperament to go with it. So Sunil Narine, we don't give him enough credit these days. We take him maybe a bit for granted, but he is like a fine wine. He does seem to get better the longer you leave him.
Well, Satish, your view on Sunil Narine yesterday?
Sunil, I think he did a fantastic job with the ball because if you look at the scores, it was, as David says, it's not a great bowling wicket. It's a flat track, but by and large, you could score runs quite easily. So on that wicket, if you could bowl and keep the batsmen like Shubman Gill and Sai Sudarshan in check, and then keep also somebody like Josh Butler. So that's amazing skills that he's got as a bowler. I think KKR would do well if they could probably push Rahane just as a middle order batsman or somewhere around the number 4 or something, and keep Sunil as an opener, because he can. Just imagine if somebody like Sunil Narine and Allen is opening the innings, and you get something like 70, 80, they become a very formidable opening combination, just like your Sunrisers openers. So then the KKR could build on that particular partnership. I think regarding his batting, he is underutilized this season, if I have to go with what David is saying. But he's a phenomenal cricketer. He's probably him not playing for West Indies is a big disadvantage for the Caribbean cricket, more so than him. I think there were a lot of other issues going on behind the scenes where they are at loggerheads on various things. And these cricketers, they don't want to. They are willing to play for the country, but they don't want to compromise on their career, professional career, because obviously at the end of it, they need to put their foot on the table. That's what once I remember Andrew Russell is saying, I'm willing to go that extra mile to serve Caribbean cricket, but I would like to have my way in playing the franchisee leagues as well, which is they are deserving that way, because I think they are justified in doing what they are doing. But I think if we could play for West Indies, just imagine you have almost 10 or 11 top players. Of half of them are not even playing for the Caribbean, but still they have about 10 to 11, 12 players playing in the IPL, which is probably the best league in the world, so franchise league in the world. So that shows the depth of Caribbean cricket. Sunil, so it's a fascinating proposition to see Sunil Narine come and mix those deliveries, whether it's a leg spin, whether it's a off spin, whether he's bowling those flippers. So it's a treat to watch, and he can always keep the batsman guessing. Yesterday we thought Rashid Khan would do the same thing, but Sunil Narine said he's better off than even the best in the international business now.
Well, absolutely.